Hey, how's it? This is the foundation doing my Dallas Cowboys versus Washington Redskins video. You know who I'm rolling with. I'm rolling with the Cowboys. So anyway, this is the rivalry. You don't have to hear me say it. This is my favorite rivalry out there. I love to hate the Redskins. They made me cry when I was a child. I had sometimes when I got, and I got overly excited too. So this is the game. And the great thing about this game, like right now, we have a great opportunity. We beat the Giants last week. That's 1-0 in the division. That's a good, almost like a game and a half. We go into this one, we put ourselves in great position inside the division, and that's always important. One of the first goals that you try to do. Um, One thing about the Redskins at in Washington, a lot of weird stuffs happen. You just throw out everything. That's something weird. Always, majority of the time will always happen. Like when we went 1-15. you know, what was that game that we won against Washington in RFK Stadium? When the Redskins won the Super Bowl, you know, we was up and coming. What was the game that we won that year? We won in Washington. So in 19 the very next year, we was the team that was kind of taking control of the league. And then remember that Troy Aikman and Emmitt Smith fumble. That was that. It's weird like that. Um, the rumors of Troy Aikman taking it easy on North Turner, and we got our butts kicked. So there's always something. Like RG3's rookie year. He took it to us. We had a chance to win the division. We lost. In 2015, when everybody said that we couldn't win without Romo, the only game that we won without Romo was against the Redskins in Washington. Then last year, you know what happened last year too. So a lot of weird things do happen and all that. Washington's offense, like Adrian Peters was a healthy scratch, so he might be a little bit motivated. On top of that, he's been wanting he has wanted the Cowboys to take him, but we just never did. So that could be a little extra motivation. And last year even though it's a year ago and all that, but he still ran hard against us. He didn't have a spectacular game, but he did well enough to keep that team balanced and keep us on our toes and stuff like that. So we got to take advantage of that. Um, Case Keenum, he's not really a down the field, chuck it all over the place kind of guy. He's gonna be like more like Alex Smith. He will make a mistake, but he's more likely to be like Alex Smith. Play position, field position battle. Take what the defense give him and all that. And then every now and then he'll shock. He'll throw that, like how the kid McLaurin. He got some. But I feel good about our secondary. Our defense, but our running game needs. I mean, our running defense, our rushing defense needs to get better. Like staying in the right gaps and not getting washed. Malik Collins and Antoine Woods, they gotta step up their game. They gotta hold the fort so our linebackers can get can get clean. Can get clean shots on the running backs and stuff like that. Um, Offensively, everybody got to, I'm gonna explain that in a second. Like with the whole excitement of how Kellen Moore called the game. Um, one thing about the Washington Redskins, I feel that their front seven is better than the Giants front seven. Losing Jonathan Allen for this game is huge. We gotta take advantage of that. Last year they took it to us. I mean, Zeke was every now and then, but but for the most part they really took it to us. I mean, yeah, we can say, oh, we didn't have Looney, we didn't have Connor Williams wasn't as strong, or Sulo whoever was playing in the game. Zach Martin was dealing with knee and all that. It doesn't matter, they still took it to us, and we got. And then now with Jonathan Allen, the same thing. We gotta take advantage of it. So I'm looking for Zeke to really, get, he doesn't, like, I don't think you have to run him 30 to 35 times. I don't think that. But he needs to be a very effective when he does run the ball. Because I think another thing too is, I think, yes, the attention of our passing game will, because we can break long runs. I mean, we can play, after the catch. So, they might back off a little. And Zeke, for the first time in a long time, is going to see some seven-man fronts. So he needs to take advantage of that. Um, yeah, and real quick, this because we're talking about the offense. I got some, I got some Facebook comments and I got some Twitter comments, and then I had a couple on on the video and stuff. My point of posting all those videos wasn't like, yes, I was excited, but my point making the videos was that's the comfort level, and the open communication between Kellen Moore, John Kitna, and Dak Prescott. It's like, like I mean, you seen how happy Dak went up, and that reminds me of always, every time I think about the story about how Jimmy was like sitting there, and he let North Turner talk to Troy Aikman, and he said that's the way to talk. It was like they got it together. They're maybe, hopefully it's the same way with Dak and Kellen Moore. That trust, that that comfort, and that open communication, and John Kitna, throwing his wealth of knowledge into everything as well. So yeah. Anyway, come on, Cowboys, man. This is the only one where it's like, is this close to be like a college football? Like, man, just beat the Redskins, please. Yeah, so that's my video. Mahalo for watching. Paniola, boys. And like always, go Cowboys.